After Molly is able to trot slowly around the end of the arena, making turns without any obstacles involved, we then go on to ask her to expand her comfort zone to include the rest of the arena. Katie begins moving towards the middle of the arena and is still using the left-right pattern to keep Molly's walk slow and steady. Every time Molly starts to speed up a little bit, Katie picks up on her rein and just holds it until Molly softens through the turn. When Molly softens, Katie releases the rein and allows her to go straight for a few minutes. As long as she goes straight, Katie leaves her alone, but she must go straight without speeding up. If she speeds up, Katie asks her to turn again. The sharper the turn, the more of an influence it has on slowing Molly's gait down. Here Katie begins weaving between the obstacles. Molly picks up her pace just a little bit because she feels a little bit claustrophobic and wonders if Katie is going to rush her at a few jumps. Katie lets Molly know that they're just walking through the obstacles and that she shouldn't get in a hurry. Because Molly calmed down nicely after Katie's initial turn through the obstacles, Katie begins riding over the poles. Molly is doing a good job of aiming straight for the middle of the pole and not trying to go around it. If she were to try and rush around it, Katie would merely try and keep her pointed straight at it, but not make a big deal out of it. If Molly were nervous about the pole, Katie would go back to riding in between the jump standards and leave the pole for later. As Katie and Molly walk, you can see that Molly is starting to quicken her pace every time that she gets near some of the larger jumps. Obviously, she's a bit concerned that she's going to have to jump them. But Katie just expands Molly's comfort zone, gradually using more and more of the arena, and continuing to make turns to keep Molly focused on the task at hand. The longer and straighter ride that you make, the more likely your horse is to speed up. When they have more room, they tend to want to use it and tend to feel that they need to run and cover all the ground available to them. But if you expand the horse's comfort zone gradually and go from making turns that are, say, 10 meters wide to 20 meters wide, slowly and deliberately, your horse will understand that more space doesn't necessarily mean more energy needed. Here Katie walks from one pole straight down the line to a second pole. In this sort of situation, Molly would have been well within her rights to start speeding up to try and get to the next pole. It's a problem that's very common in hunters because horses have to make a set number of strides between the fences. Generally, the strides are a little bit long for a horse Molly's size, so she would need to move out to try and get to the second fence in the right amount of time. But because Katie is looking at the poles as obstacles and not as jumps, Molly is understanding that she doesn't need to be in a hurry. This isn't a timed event, it's about the quality. One thing that you can really do to help your jumping horse understand that they don't need to rush fences is to think of the fences as merely distractions. You're going down through the arena, and the jumps just happen to be in your way. The horse should be thinking about mirroring your level of energy and trying to stay synchronized with you, rather than looking at each jump as an event. When you make the jump into an event by squeezing right to the base of it, and making a big release over it, and then immediately collecting your horse up after it so they don't rush away from it, you build the jump up in the horse's mind. But if you think of the jump as just a distraction, and continue focusing on the quality of your ride and the flow of your ride and the rhythm of the gaits, you will achieve a ride that is much more synchronized, fluid, and worthy of a higher score from a judge, just by not making the jumps into a big deal. As this lesson progresses, Katie and Molly will do a little bit of jumping, and you'll see that all this work on a slower, more confident Molly pays off.